Hello friends, today we are going to see diseases of Bajra. In Bajra, downy mildew and ergot, these are two most important diseases that we are going to study in this lecture. First is downy mildew. Causal organism responsible for downy mildew of Bajra is Sclerospora graminicola. See guys, we have studied so many downy mildew genera there are total 7 to 8 types of downy mildew genera that we have studied in Mysticomycotina subdivision. So among them, this is one of the downy mildew pathogen and its name is Sclerospora graminicola. This disease also known as green ear disease of Bajra. So this is common name. In exam there is always one question for this downy mildew pathogen. So this is one of the important pathogen that we have to study. Sclerospora graminicola is one of the systemic pathogen. That means this pathogen enters into the plant system and grow in the plant tissues and affect the leaves as well as ear heads. Affected leaves shows patches of light green to light yellow color on upper surface of leaves and the corresponding lower surface bears whitish color downy growth of this fungus. ह्या डाउनी मिल्ड्यू पॅथोजनमध्ये प्लांटच्या लीफच्या लोअर सरफेसला व्हाईटिश कलरची ग्रोथ आपल्याला बघायला भेटते. सिम्पटम्समध्ये आपण ते डिटेलमध्ये बघणारच आहोत. तर ती व्हाईटिश कलरची जी ग्रोथ असते म्हणजेच ते एक प्रकारचं मायसिलल स्ट्रक्चर त्या एपिडर्मल लेअरपर्यंत ते इन्सर्ट केलेले असतात आणि तिथून हे न्यूट्रिशन सक करायचं काम करतात आणि ह्या न्यूट्रिशन सक केल्यामुळे अप्पर पोर्शन जो असतो लीफचा तर त्या ठिकाणी येलोइश कलरचे पॅचेस तयार होतात. पानाच्या खालच्या बाजूला जी डाउनी व्हाईटिश कलरची ग्रोथ जी आपण बघतो तर ती खास करून त्या ठिकाणी आपण जर मायक्रोस्कोपमध्ये जर चेक केलं तर आपल्याला स्पोरॅन्जिओफोर आणि स्पोरॅन्जिया त्या तंतुमय भागामधून आपल्याला दिसतील. तर हे पर्टिक्युलर स्पोरॅन्जिओफोर प्रोड्यूस करणारा हा एक डाउनी मिल्ड्यू पॅथोजन आहे. ह्या पॅथोजनच्या अटॅकमुळे संपूर्ण पानं जे आहेत जिथं इन्फेक्शन झाले त्या ठिकाणी पिवळे पॅचेस तयार होतात. त्याचबरोबर कालांतराने पूर्ण झाडाची जी उंची असते ती उंचीसुद्धा खुंटते, म्हणजे त्याची वाढ खुंटते आणि खूप मोठ्या प्रमाणामध्ये टिलर्स त्या ठिकाणी तयार होत असतात. ज्या क्रॉपवरती ह्या डाउनी मिल्ड्यूचं इन्फेक्शन होतं त्या ठिकाणी इयरहेड फॉर्मेशन खूप कमी प्रमाणात बघायला भेटतं आणि जर समजा इयरहेड फॉर्मेशन जर झालंच तर त्या ठिकाणी ग्रेन्सची डेव्हलपमेंट अतिशय पुअर पद्धतीने होत असते. तर हे एक प्रकारचं मार्स ऑफ आयडेंटिफिकेशन आपण याला म्हणू शकतो. दुसरं मार्स ऑफ आयडेंटिफिकेशन म्हणजेच ह्या डाउनी मिल्ड्यू पॅथोजनच्या अटॅकमुळे ग्रीन लिफी स्ट्रक्चर्स त्या इयरहेडच्या ठिकाणी तयार होत असतात. तर हे पर्टिक्युलर मार्स ऑफ आयडेंटिफिकेशन आहे डाउनी मिल्ड्यू ऑफ बाजरा आणि याचमुळे त्याला ग्रीन इयर डिसीज ऑफ बाजरा असं सुद्धा म्हटलं जातं. तर इमेजमध्ये आपण बघू शकता की ग्रीनिश कलरची लिफी ग्रोथ ह्या इयरहेड्सवरती आपल्याला बघायला भेटते. तर यालाच म्हणतात ग्रीन इयर डिसीज ऑफ बाजरा. Here you can see the disease infected plants shows the dwarfing symptoms. That means there is the shortening of internode due to infection by this pathogen. Similarly, there is excessive tillering observed in these images. And severe infection of this disease produces no panicle. That is, there is the absence of panicle development observed in case of infection of severe infection of this disease. And you can see here in image there is the completely transformation of floral plant parts into leafy structure. So this is the particular marks of identification for identifying this downy mildew of bajra. Warm weather and humid condition consisting of intermittent rain. Similarly, temperature fluctuation these are the predisposing factor responsible for development and growth of this disease. Oospore in soil serves as a primary source of infection for infection of this disease. So oospore also serves as a resting spore. In case of absence of host, they can survive in soil. Similarly, this oospore produces germ2 which directly penetrate into the root hairs, and after entering into the root hairs, it grows systemically through coleoptile and causes systemic infection all over the plant. Similarly, secondary infection is by means of sporangia, and the sporangiospore produced on the sporangia serves as a secondary source of infection. And the spores liberated from this sporangia called as zoospore, these are serves as a secondary source of infection, and they may travel from infected portion to the healthy portion or healthy crop by means of wind or air currents or rain splashes. So this is the secondary infection. After landing of these zoospores on new portion or new leaf, they produce a germ tube which is serves as a infective propagule, and they puncture this germ tube puncture the cell wall or cell leaf tissues of uh, this plant and enters into the stomata and grows their mycelial network inside the stomata and all over the plant systemically. मॅनेजमेंटमधला सर्वात महत्त्वाचा पॉईंट म्हणजेच यूज ऑफ डिसीज फ्री सीड फॉर सोईंग पर्पज सो दॅट वी कॅन अवॉइड द इन्फेक्शन और वी कॅन अवॉइड द प्रायमरी इन्फेक्शन ऑफ डिसीज इन न्यूअर फील्ड. Similarly, after infection of this disease, you must have to collection of this disease sample or disease plant and rogue out them and destroy them out of the field before the formation of oospore. This phase is very important. If oospore formation takes place, there is a large number of oospore, and after the life cycle there is the zoosporangia also developed due to this pathogen. So they will be uncontrollable. So before that you must have to control them. Similarly, crop rotation is very important phenomenon that we have to apply in case of disturbing the life cycle of this downy mildew pathogen. Similarly, for avoiding the infection of this disease, we can use the resistant varieties or tolerant varieties like mentioned here, and we can also use seed treatment to avoid the primary infection. For seed treatment, we can use metalaxyl. The metalaxyl is the very important chemical that is available in market with trade name of Ridomil Gold or Ridomil MZ. We can also control this disease by using the fungicidal spraying. In fungicide, we can use metalaxyl, mancozeb or propiconazole, etc. Ergot of Bajra. Causal organism responsible for ergot of Bajra is Clavusius purpurea. हा एक प्रकारचा स्क्लेरोशियल डिसीज आहे आणि याच्यामध्ये मुख्यत्वे करून शुगरी डिसीज याला शुगरी डिसीज असं एक दुसरं नाव आहे आणि याच्यामध्ये खूप मोठ्या प्रमाणामध्ये इयरहेड्सवरती इन्फेक्शन होतं आणि इन्फेक्शन झाल्यानंतर हनीड्यू लाईक सबस्टन्स त्या इन्फेक्टेड ओव्हरीजमधून बाहेर पडत असतो आणि तो हनीड्यू लाईक सबस्टन्स त्याच्यावरती खूप वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारच्या बुरशी म्हणजे फंगस यांचा अटॅक होतो आणि त्या ठिकाणी सुटी मोल्डसुद्धा तयार होतात आणि कालांतराने पूर्ण इयरहेड जे आहे ते डिस्ट्रॉय होऊन जातं. तर ह्या इयरहेड्सवरती हे ब्लॅक कलरचे सुटी मोल्ड तयार होतात. कालांतराने ज्या ठिकाणी याचं इन्फेक्शन आहे त्या ठिकाणी स्क्लेरोशियल बॉडीजसुद्धा आपल्याला बघायला भेटतात आणि पूर्ण इयरहेड जे आहेत त्यांच्यामध्ये ग्रेन्सच्या ऐवजी ब्लॅकिश कलरचे किंवा ब्राउनिश कलरचे स्क्लेरोशिया आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी फॉर्म होताना दिसतात. तर हे पर्टिक्युलर मार्क्स ऑफ आयडेंटिफिकेशन आहे फॉर ergot of Bajra. Here we can see the life cycle of this Clavusius purpurea. The same life cycle is studied in case of diseases of sorghum in previous lecture. So we will take a quick look of this life cycle. So we will start from the infected earheads containing the sclerotia. They got mixed with seeds or they mixed with the at the time of harvesting, and some were drop down on the soil and they overwinter into the soil up to the next season. After overwintering stage, the sclerotia germinate and form the stoma and stalks. These are served as an infective propagule, and after that there is the development of perithecia, which contains the ascus or ascus mother cell inside the perithecia, and in each ascus there is a long elongated ascospore produces, and this ascospore serves as a infective propagule and they may migrate from infected portion to the healthy portion. They got infection to the earheads, and germinating ascospore cause infection to the ovaries, and they inserted into the ovaries and develop inside the ovaries and ovarial tissues, so that there is the development of sclerotia after the entering into the ovarial cells. Similarly, ovarial infection leads to the development of honeydew-like substance which secretes from infective side, so that on that honeydew-like substance there is the development of sooty mold or another type of any fungus they can develop on that uh, infected portion. This infected portion consists of mature sclerotia. They got matured at the time of harvesting, and at the time of harvesting, this sclerotia got mixed with the seeds, and on next season, the such contaminated seeds can use for sowing purpose, so that this life cycle continues in the same manner. Management. For managing this disease, you must have to adjust the date of sowing, so that we can avoid the infection or we can avoid the highest humidity or rainfall condition which are serves as a predisposing factor, so that we can avoid infection of this pathogen. Similarly, deep summer plowing will help in the controlling the sclerotial plant parts present on the soil, and they got exposed due to the sun's heat, and they destroy due to the high temperature, so that this primary infection we can avoid by this deep summer plowing. Similarly, soaking the seeds with 2% saline solution, which is the very effective method to avoid the primary infection. In this method, 2% saline solution can be prepared, and the seeds were soaked inside this solution. The sclerotial bodies get float on the surface of this water, so that we can remove these floated sclerotial plant parts by means of sieve, and we can avoid the infection or we can avoid the primary infection of this disease. Next best method for avoidance of this disease is seed treatment. For seed treatment, we can use Captan or Thyram at the rate of 4 gram per kg for seed treatment. After that, we can use spray chemicals like Xyram, Zynep, Captan, Mancozeb 0.2% at the emergence of earheads. That means after the emergence of earheads, we have to apply the fungicidal spraying of listed chemicals. Similarly, we can also use alternative fungicides like propiconazole, tebuconazole. These are some triazole group of fungicide which were found effective against this ergot pathogen.